Okay, so welcome to we'll talk about video drip campaigns, but really we could be talking about mastering repetition. Uh, my background actually was a real estate agent for 12 years, and I started using a computer database program back in 1990. I built my own database, which consisted of driving around in my car writing down addresses because there was no go to the title company for the list. They didn't have that stuff then. So through trial and error, within 2 years, I was in the top 10% of my company, which was with the largest company in the valley at that point. And it was really, I can, look at repetition because I could do the same thing month after month. Uh, just hit a button, print out my postcards. And I was mailing postcards back in 1990. I was a real rebel. I actually got in trouble for doing that because I was told it's unprofessional. So hopefully we can finish this class and we can all be rebels and disrupt, the industry. So and that's kind of how I cut my teeth in this technology. And I learned a lot about, uh, as an agent, it seemed like I was having the same conversations over and over and over and over again. Going through the purchase contract, the termite inspection, what all the processes in the loan, getting the loan. So, and that's just something you have to do. And, there's ways we can automate that process. And I'm not saying we're not going to talk to our clients about those issues because we are. That'd be silly to say, I'm going to turn my business into a robot and I'm not going to have to interact with anyone. No, not at all. I mean, I still think that human interaction is the way to create relationships. An email and a text will not do that. It just does not. It's good for information, does not create a relationship. So, repetition. Most human beings avoid it. We don't go to the gym. We don't stick on our diet. If we look at the successful agents, in the business, what do? They do the same thing consistently over and over and over again. And they've mastered repetition. And specifically, we're going to look at automating that repetition so it's not as monotonous. So that's why people fall off their diets, because it becomes it's not automated. If they're hungry and they pass by a McDonald's, well, maybe they're going to stop and do it just because the hunger voice is bigger than the commitment voice. So, for me, beyond all the technology and the systems and all that, there is peace of mind because I know, when I got busy, sometimes it was hard to, stay in touch with everybody. If you're showing property all weekend and sometimes you're working 7 days a week and you got buyers and contracts coming in, it's hard to put that stuff in. So we're going to look at a way to give you some peace of mind, knowing that you're covering your bases. And we'll get into that shortly. This is not a video class per se, so if you came here looking on how to shoot video with video cameras and cell phones, this is not going to be the class. There's tons of information on YouTube. Go on YouTube, how to shoot video with my iPhone, how to shoot video with my Android, whatever. If you're using a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, again, there's tons of stuff on there. But, real quick, on my cell phone, I shot a quick video. You can upload it straight to YouTube and you're done. You don't have to get fancy. There's also editing programs on your phone like iMovie. So if you're a little more techie, it's actually a very easy program to use. You can just come in and pick your clip and start to do some editing right on. There's a little timeline there. But the most important thing is actually just to get it out. You don't have to get too fancy. And I talked to, we're going to get my home inspector to do that. That's too complicated. I'm not saying don't do that, but just get it going first. It's very easy to do. 4 years ago, even 5 years ago, the technology for video on cell phones. Not quite there yet. Now they're very good. So you can confidently shoot quality video with what you have in your hand. And photographers will always tell you the best camera is the one in your hand. Okay, let's see. Whoop. Got too ahead of myself here. Hold on a second. So content for drips, like I said, we're having the same conversations over and over and over again. There's different segments of your business. So I'm just going to take one. You can map this over to other, touch points in your business. So conversations that you have with a buyer are very different from conversations you have with a seller. So in the conversations you have a lead are very different from conversations that you have with a prospect. So hopefully you get the point on that. So let's just take the instance that we just sold a contract to a buyer, and now we've got close of escrow, they've got their earnest deposit. So I'm going to probably jump around in the transaction. I just, looking back in my pain points from my real estate business, I remember skipping over having a conversation with a client about the termite inspection, which I always did because sometimes people don't understand what that means. Termites in Hawaii are not the same termites here. Termites in Arizona, anyway. We have people from Southern California and all over the country on this, but the termites in Arizona are pretty lazy, and the wood is pretty dry here, so they don't want to eat that hard wood. So typically they'll go after the paper, and if there is damp wood, yeah, they will go through it. But I used to let people know, there's two types of houses: those with termites, those without. So I shot a little video on from my cell phone. I don't know if you can hear the volume on that. And I will put this video into a drip campaign. Can you guys hear the audio? I'm assuming you can. A little? Okay. So the point of this is, and I realize there's different timelines for transactions. I'm just in the video, I'm just explaining what goes on in a termite inspection, what happens if they find termites, what it means, you get a home warranty. And I'm going to show you shortly how to put this all together. And yes, there's other touch points for, we're going to do the home inspection. They're probably going to find stuff. We're going to go to the seller with a punch list. What's the next step? So I want to make videos on all the major touch points in the transaction. And I want to get this information to my clients, at that point in the transaction, where I know that I'm typically doing that. And, I'm going to put that in a drip campaign. And here's what I made on closings. When the client's heading to closing. This one, I've had people show up to closing without their driver's license. They got a personal check. Where's that power of attorney? We need that stuff to close. So I just want to send them through text and an email this video reminding them to bring those items to closing. And again, all the videos you shoot become content. You can put them on your website. People can find them online. YouTube is really great for helping you get found online. So, kill a couple birds with one stone. So you're serving your client, but you're also helping yourself. All right. So yeah, it's really about, client cultivation as well. I remember showing property even years ago. Had some buyers in my car, go around the corner. There it was. There was a sign in the yard for a couple I had sold about a year ago, and they were getting a divorce. And that one slipped through the cracks, and I missed that one. I never forgot that, and the need to really systematize following up with people. All right. So, anyway, different areas. we can automate our lead cultivation, our leads, buyer education, seller education, and for me, most important, my best source of leads were my past clients. So we'll look at some strategies for staying in touch with those people. So what does it look like to put the buyer automation routine together? Well, it's going to look like this. So, at the 20-day mark in the transaction, and yours may be different, but I used to do my termite inspection near the end of the transaction, just in the event things got messed up in the beginning. So they're going to get a text from me or an email, what you need to know about termites. It's going to have that video attached to it. What you need to know, again, I'm going to send them a text at the 21 day, or I could do it the same day as well. So, they'll have the video, in the text campaign. So I just sent them a note. We have the termite inspection coming up in a few days. Check your email. Oh, you can't hear me? Hold on a second. Brad, I'm going to mute you. Can you hear me, Brad? Brad? Is that better? Hello. Helen, can you hear me? Helen?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear? Is that better? Anyway, Brad, if you're there, just let me know. Okay, that's good. All right, so let me just mute everyone. So they're going to get a text. I'm just letting them know what's coming up, and I put a video link in here that they can click on. That's going to go to the YouTube or my website, and I'm going to explain to them, how that process works. Day 27, they're going to get a call. My campaign will actually automatically call me, say, hey, you got this coming up for this person. Do you want to connect the call? Click yes. I don't have to do that. It's going to automatically remind me. Then they're going to get an email and a text on day 28 to bring, about what they need to bring to closing. So there's a video link in here as well. And I know you're thinking, well, I have 45-day closings. I have 60-day closings, whatever. Well, you may have to make multiple campaigns, but you have the content written. It's just a matter of organizing it. So once you write these templates that go in a drip campaign, it's actually very simple. So what I'm hoping is you can actually see a way to add value to your touch points in the transaction. My goal was always to deliver a quality of service that made me referable. Obviously, we make money off of selling houses, but really, we get paid in two ways. So, I want to give them a great experience. So, because I want to work with their friends and family and people they know in the community, and those referrals, were my lifeblood. So I made it a point to stay in touch with, my past clients, and actually start, giving them the information, in a very automated way. And I would actually even put in, the drip campaign, even asking for referrals. Hey, who do you know that's most likely to buy or sell in the next 30 to 60 days? So let's actually take a look at an automated campaign for, putting a new lead strategy. And we're going to do this. I'll do this live. We'll just make this. Well, actually, you know what? I actually wanted to do, because I have a lot of people who want to know, what do you do with Zillow leads? So I actually made a quick template for, well, actually, let's do the client one. All right, so we're going to go to my test website. So we want to automate keeping in touch with our past clients with exactly what they want to see. I don't want to send out my quinoa recipe every month. So I'm going to log into my website, and let's say I just sold a home in I just sold somebody a 4-bedroom home in McDowell Mountain Ranch. So let's make the search. And so this connects with MLS. So we're going to make the search here. So I'm actually going to make a blog post, a search, syndicate it to social media, and set up a recurring email campaign all from this interface. And we want 4 bedrooms. And I'm going to set up a close date. So I always want to give them a rolling snapshot of the last 6 months. So as the new ones come on, the old ones go off. I live in Costa Verde. I came home about 2 months ago, or maybe 3 months ago. There's been nothing on my street for sale for probably 7 years, 6, 7 years. I have not seen one sign. Came home one day, there were 2 signs, opposite sides of the street. My brain just, I had no control over it. I wonder what those are selling for. And when the signs went down, I was very curious as to what they sold for. So that's what people want to. That's what people want to see. That's what your clients want to see. That's what your past clients also want to see. It's why I look at my stock portfolio on my cell phone every single day, because I'm always curious how my finances are looking in the markets. So let's create the search. Let's publish it. Let's go take a look at that search. Now, I'm actually demonstrating our proprietary technology. So everything integrates with the CRM, the IDX, and the website. So it's just a real simple process to create all these campaigns. And there's a lot of sales in 40. Anyway, I might add some other criteria to this based on their house, but there's 49 sales in the last 6 months with 4 bedrooms or more in McDowell Mountain Ranch. So what do you do with that? Well, I want to send this to them every month because I want to stay in front of them. I want them to send me referrals, and I want to continue to give them the information they want to see. So I'm going to select a template. It's a past client. Here's your monthly market update for McDowell Mountain Ranch. And usually this is where people ask me, is this like the market, not market leader. I can't think of the top producer. So the top producer monthly. Somebody help me out. I can't think of the name of it. The monthly top producer market snapshot. There we go. Sorry about that. So now we're going to set up the recurring campaign in the CRM. I'm going to have this sent to. I'm just going to send it to me because I'm curious myself. It's going to automatically put a email subject in. Here's the link. I can send this out immediately. I can schedule it. And really for me, where the fun is I want to send this every 30 days. And basically I want it just to go forever. So if I set it for 400 times, it should go to like 2050. There we go. When I schedule this, they're going to get this email every month with the link. I can also, if I want to put a video message in as well, I can add that very simply here. It's going to put, I put it in the wrong place. Anyway, so it'll put a video in if I want. I can upload a video straight into the email program in the CRM. So if we have any BombBomb users, this does the same thing, and it's not 50 or 60 a month. I forget what BombBomb charges. All right, so anyway, I can schedule that email. The other search I would send them are the actives. So we're sending them the solds. Let's send them the active report as well. So again, they're curious about what they're listed for and what they're sold for. And I might spread those out 2 weeks apart just to, I don't want to give them everything all at once. And it just keeps that, I'll just, I just want to stay in front of them consistently. I can also add some other nice, touch points as well, for my past clients. So one of the things I like to do is to, let's see, where is it? Here we go. So home value text campaign. So I can send out a text. Here I just did every 90 days. You might want to make it, you can probably spread it out longer. Hey, this is Dave. Just wanted to see if you would like to know the current value of your home. I can have that go out, 2 or 3 times a year if I want. And maybe that'll jog someone to call me if they're thinking about moving. As well as just even asking for referrals. You might even set up a campaign to go out, 2 or 3 times a year. Hey, this is Dave. Who do you know that's most likely to buy or sell in the next 30 to 60 days? So yes, I did. When I was a realtor, I did buy referral only with Joe Stump, and I don't think I'll ever get those scripts out of my head. Okay. Any questions? I'll stop here. If anybody has any questions over what I'm talking about. Anybody can just type it into the question box. Okay. I hope you're seeing that none of this is complicated. The other thing I just want to point out is when you are setting these searches up, they are searchable in Google. So the more that you do, the more these searches will show up organically in Google searches. So one of the things to think about is actually starting to use this platform, the iFound Agent platform, to create all your searches, not MLS. So nothing wrong with MLS. We need to get them the information. However, when we post on our own website, we're actually getting the benefit of creating the search. I can actually now get found in Google for the searches I'm making. And here's one of my other test websites, horse properties for sale in 85260. I was doing a demo for a realtor. So I just said, give me a client you're working with. So I got someone looking for some horse property. So we did that search, and now it's searchable in Google, as well as the search we just did. Let me refresh. The search, the past client strategy search that we did, homes sold in McDowell Mountain Ranch with 4 bedrooms, that automatically goes out to Twitter. You can have it go to Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever else you have your social media accounts set up. Why not? You never know who's really looking for that information. That's one of the things about being an agent. Sometimes we think we know where the business is going to come from, but we don't. I was surprised many times about where referrals came from. So you don't want to prejudge. Sometimes overthinking it is not helping ourselves. All right, let's get back to. I want to get back to my timeline. I feel like I got way off track. Oh, Zillow. Okay, let's do the Zillow drip. So let's say I live in 85260. Let's say I bought that zip code on Zillow. When a lead comes in, I want to automate that whole process, because one of the things that this was from NAR, but actually this is the wrong graph. The graph I picked out the wrong one. The graph I wanted to show here is the conversion rate from the first minute to 24 hours is huge. So you go from 400% likelihood of getting the lead in the first minute, it goes down to 17% in 24 hours later. The moral of that is, if you're not set up to take a call immediately when those leads are coming in, you're probably leaving some money on the table or wasting some money as well. So what this strategy does is it sends them a couple things. One, they're going to get a text and email of me. Just wanted to say thanks for reaching out to me. You should have received a list of the properties in 85260. I don't know if you can hear that. And actually, if you're doing video, use a tripod. So I just did that quickly just to create the context of what videos to send out to people so they can see me. I'm actually making a request for them to call me if they see anything in the list that I'm going to send out. So what does that look like? Um, I made a drip campaign. It starts off, it immediately emails them a list of homes for sale in 85260, which I set up here on my website. They will be sent to my website. I do not want them going back to Zillow. If they go back to Zillow, who knows if I'll ever see them again. Once they're a lead, I don't want my clients and prospects going back to Zillow. So the next thing I do is they get a text. Here's a list of homes for sale in 85260. There's the link. Here's the video, so they can meet me through a video immediately. So I want to create that relationship. And then 1 minute later, I have the phone call me to call the lead. I don't have to think about it. I've got this robot that's just doing this for me. And then you have, obviously you want the drip campaign to keep going, but these are the actions that I'm taking immediately to cover my bases with those leads, because in the first minute is critical in getting back to an internet lead. So if I'm not there, I know at least they're getting a text and an email from me, and most importantly a text, because a lot of people don't look at their emails. So anyway, that's those are just a few strategies that you can use to really automate things. One of the things I love about looking at technology is, I've taken many classes and programs, and oftentimes I'll have ideas that are different from what they're talking about that I can use and, have been effective with. Things to consider, whatever you do need to automate. You do need to have a CRM. Even better to have a CRM that connects to real estate data, because that'll make your life a lot easier. You need to have several different type of drips. I see agents, they have one drip campaign for everything. So you need to segment your lists, leads to prospects, to buyers in escrow, to listing leads, to listings that are, I've got this my sign in the yard, to past clients, to sphere of influence. They're all different, and I'm going to send them different things. And it's a daily habit. The great thing about our program is you're probably going to be making searches anyway. Do it on your website and get that value of not just the search, but the social media, the Google indexability, and the ability to create a recurring campaign, quickly and painlessly. Lastly, I think that's what I wanted to cover. If you do have questions on anything I covered, just feel free to call me, 602-405-0596, or call Dave M at ifoundagent.com. And my goal is always to do these in a half an hour, so I'm happy that I was able to do that. We have more information on the services that we offer at iFoundAgent. We have a variety of different websites. It is 3 different services. You will not need to piece your marketing plan together ever again, because everything's done under one roof, from the website to our custom IDX and the CRM integration. It's $99 a month for those 3 services. And we have plans to get you started. You own the website. We have no contracts from $6.99, and we've got some other themes at $9.99. Really, just a difference in design and time it takes to set up. This is a custom homepage theme, and we also do custom work if you have specific needs or a specific look that you're trying to achieve. And I think that's all I had for now. I will unmute everybody if you have questions about anything that I spoke about. And I'm muting everybody right now. So I'm complete with what I wanted to cover, and I'll stay as long as you like. All right, so I got two more people. Questions? No questions.
Hey, yeah, hey, Dave. How you doing? It's Jeff.
Good. Who's this?
This is Jeff Wild.
Oh, hey, Jeff.
So on here, I see that there's all these starting drip campaign. Is there a simple video to watch to give us a little more detail on how to set up those automated campaigns? And are those campaigns done through iFound Agent or are they done through Lion Desk?
It actually both. And we do have videos on the support section of the website, which let me show you here. All right. So if we go into support and support videos, there's a video here there's a Lion Desk tutorial for how to set up those drip campaigns.
All right. And so on those Lion Desk tutorials, do they work best if we use our text to cell phone number on those?
It just depends what you want to use. That's up to you. I mean, there's no set rules on how to do it. It just, what's going to work best for you, I think.
All right.
Everyone's going to be different, and that's the beauty of the program is you can set it up for how you want it to work for you.
All right. I've found that I've mastered certain areas of the website.
Yep.
And still feel completely lost on 99% of it.
Okay. We have the weekly walkthrough. I don't know when the last time you've been on that. You may want to attend that, as well as I don't know if you've gone through the tutorials, but we have a tutorial on just about everything you can think of on how to do things. And then you can always put a support ticket in and we can help you with that.
All right. I will go ahead and do that because I've watched the tutorials. It's probably time to go back through them again. And then
it's just practice. None of this is rocket science. It is pretty easy. Sometimes you gotta be willing to hit your head against the wall a couple times, and then it's like, oh wow, that was easy. What was I doing? So,
right.
But you got to dive in if you're going to get wet. That's the key. Thinking about it, probably isn't going to get the job done. So just open it up. Even if you have to flounder through it, you will get used to it. I mean, I used to do software programming, and sometimes I'd look at things. I had no idea what it was, but I just have to get it on my brain for a while, and it just starts to make sense. So just playing with it, it's like anything else.
All right.
It took me a day to learn how to write a unicycle. I got up when I was a kid. I mean, I fell off that thing probably 250 times. And right before dinner, I actually got the feel of it and I was writing it. So, that's how that goes sometimes.
All righty. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else?
Jeff, it's Barbie King.
Hey, Barbie.
Hey, I'm watching this and I'm curious to know when we do these videos and we can start creating these campaigns where we could possibly plug in one of the videos into, several campaigns if needed. Do we have to first put those videos on like Vimeo, or do you want those to be YouTube videos, or what's the best place to have those hosted? Gotcha. I guess.
Great.
They just plug right in.
There's no right way to do it. So my personal preference is I like to put them on YouTube, which you can then also put them on your website, because that way I'm getting the benefit of more content online and more opportunity. Because when they talk about the web, the more content that we have online, the bigger our web or the bigger our reach is online. So I'd probably host the video or put the video on my website, have it on YouTube, and just send people. I want people on my website because they'll remember that. And there is a way to inside of Lion Desk to where are we? Email, edit. No, that's not where I want to do that. Oh, I got to go into templates. Sorry about that. There is a way you can upload a video straight into Line Desk. So I can upload them in here, which is nice because the video will actually show up in the email. But again, I like people to go to my website from a link. I guess in theory you could probably do both, so they can watch it straight in the email as well as go to my website. But Vimeo is really good, but mostly used by professional videographers. The quality is better than YouTube, but they don't. It's not that searchable. So I recommend YouTube. You know, is better SEO in my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Dave. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, this is Phyllis. And I'm wondering on your tutorials, like this session has been great. I can see what you're pointing and clicking to. On some of the videos, it seems like I'm looking at a postage stamp. And is there some way I can enlarge in that, or is it just the nature of the beast?
Oh,
because it's clear, but when I'm watching a lot of the videos, for me, you can go a little too fast. So I'm really trying to get the visual cue, but then it's so small.
Like this? Yeah, I'm from New York, so I can tend to talk fast.
Yeah. So then I can't see it, and you go fast. So that's where I'm having some issues.
Got it. Thank you. So here's what you do. So if I click on here, there's this little full screen. And I just click on it, it'll open it full screen.
Okay. Down there. Okay. Okay.
And
that'll help me.
That's on that's actually a good point. So on your videos, you actually want to, when you're embedding the video, you can actually have that control bar on there. And there's let's go into a video here. So we'll just go in here. That's not where, hold on a second. Video manager. All right, I'm doing something wrong. Oh. That's not what I want. Wait, is it? Oh, yeah, here we go. Hi, this is Dave. Just wanted to say thank you. So when I embed the video, and I'm recording all this, so you guys are going to get all this. I think I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. So if you're directly embedding the video, the first thing you want to do is uncheck show suggested videos when the video finishes. You don't want to show your competition's video, right?
Yes, correct.
Show player controls, and I usually show the video title and player in the actions. That just states what like here, this is what the video is about. And then I can just take the code. We actually make it easier on the system. You can just grab a link and do it. But I don't know. I started off doing it like this for years, so I bet some habits are hard to break, and it works. So answer your question.
Can you go to to the video tutorial on one of ours and then just show me real quick yes. So you know how you click, the support.
Oh, so from here?
Yeah.
See in the corner?
Well, no. See, go under more info support. Is this one of them?
More info.
Well, on the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, they're right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So click on one of those and just go from here, if you could do that.
So I'm going to open that up. And when I start the video, I've got this control.
Okay, so it's going to show up on all of them. Okay.
You got the full screen. Then I just click into full screen.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So when someone's talking fast, it's nice I can go back.
Okay, got it.
Good?
Perfect. Yes.
Good question. Very good.
All right. Hey, Dave, I have another question to build off of Barbie's question. So can you build a video using iMovie and easily convert that to YouTube?
Yes.
And then with that YouTube video, could you give us an example real quick of how we would take that YouTube video and embed it into a post that we're going to post to Buffer so it'll go out to all of our social media?
I don't have a Buffer account, so
Oh, okay.
But you want to see the process before that?
Yeah, that'd be great, because all we have to do is click post to Buffer.
Okay. Yes. So, all right. Let me do this. All right. So let me hold on a second. We're going to do this on my cell phone. I have lots of nerd tools. Oop! Look at that. All right. So let's go to on the cell phone. I apologize. I don't know anything about Android phones. I have an iPhone. I know Android has programs to do all this, and nobody's been willing to give me their iPhone or their Android phone for a weekend to play with it. So if there is anybody that would let me borrow their phone for a weekend, I'd be happy to try it out. So I'm going to go to iMovie on the iPhone. I'm going to open it up.
Does everybody have an iMovie on their iPhone?
Yes, it comes with it comes with the phone. So you have it. So I'm going to click on the plus because I'm going to make a new movie. Click on movie. Now, I have an iPhone 6. It's time for a new one. It's ridiculously slow. I just clicked on movie. It takes like 10 seconds for it to open up. So I'm going to pick the video I want or I just shot. So in this case, the video of me. Now create movie. And I've got a timeline. Okay. So there's things I can do here. You know, if I want to tap, tap, tap on the line going down is the, I forget what they call that. So I want to split it. I can click here. I can make a transition, like a cross dissolve. I don't know if you can see that. I can add a title, little title clip on there. See that? So you will have to play around with it. And again, there's tons of videos on YouTube. If you got an iPhone, this is super easy. So then when I'm done editing my video, and this is taking forever. Now there's a little, I don't know if you can see this right here. That's my upload. I'm going to pick the YouTube application. And it's going to open up it'll look like the one online. And now I can put in, you know, my titles. And then share it. Now this one's probably going to be an error because I've already uploaded this and YouTube doesn't let you upload the same thing. Although it did split it in a different place. So technically it's a different video. So then when I go to, I'm actually going to click off of, let's make the phone go away. Where's the phone? Or quit that. So when I go to YouTube, we'll start to see this being uploaded.
Now, why did you click on YouTube instead of create new post?
Because I need the video still.
Right.
So there's the clip that's being uploaded.
So is that the one then you take over to
Yep.
the embed to be?
And I don't think I can.
So what you're saying is you'll always have this step before you put it out there, like Jeffrey's talking about?
Correct. So it just published to YouTube. So let's see. So it's still processing. But anyway, yeah, let's just skip that. Let's just go to here. Click on this share button. I'm going to get the embed code because. Hi, this is Dave. Just wanted to say thanks for reaching out to me. You should have received a list. All right, so I'm going to get the embed code, but normally on your end, you've got a thing. You just do the all you need is this link here in the title bar.
All right.
So you would just go to. Whoop, I'm going to grab this code, and I'm going to go to my website, and I'm going to create a new post. Hi, this is Dave. And I'm going to just pop it in right here. That's the code. This one I do not want to go out to my social media.
Now, Dave, you did not have to put in connect that to a link, correct? You just simply copy and pasted that. So if you did post to social media, that video would pop straight into your Facebook or LinkedIn.
Correct. Because it's connecting to Buffer. Or I can just grab this link and put that straight into Buffer as well.
All right.
So there's a number of different ways to do it.
All right. Now, I noticed since you don't connect to Buffer, you had to manually select or deselect Facebook and your social media. Is that correct?
I didn't want this one to go out. And mine looks a little different. I'm using an older module, so I just haven't upgraded it yet. All on your end it is. It's going to look a little different.
Right, because I've struggled with, if I'm just trying to figure out a post and make sure that it looks good before I send it out to Buffer, I will deselect or select do not post to Buffer. Then I go ahead and put the post together. I like it. Then I go back and post and check post to Buffer, but then it doesn't go out because there's something in my life that I've all of a sudden screwed up for that post because they're still reading do not post to Buffer.
Put a support ticket in. Steven's very good on that.
Yeah.
So that, yeah,
All right.
I'm not a pro on it because I haven't really used it that much.
All right. And you put in this verbiage when you were building the movie on iMovie, correct?
Here? Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yep. Yeah, that's another thing. You'll have to, when you're watching TV, you can just open it up. It is really easy, but I would watch a video on YouTube first. Otherwise, again, they even have, you can go to the Apple store too, that they have classes on everything that they have.
Oh, well. All right. Well, I will do that. I appreciate it. I think that gave me exactly what I needed to know.
Okay.
Well, I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
All right. Everybody have a great weekend.
Thanks,
Great
guys.
Friday, great weekend. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.